This is Lenore. I hope everybody can hear me really well. I'm trying out a mic, and also I sound much better from my bronchial issues that I've developed earlier in the past couple of weeks. I was at a point your girl could not, I sound like Froggy from the Little Rascals, basically. So bear with me. I'm trying out this new microphone. Also, this past weekend, I hope some of y'all made it to Brazelton, Georgia, to the Moto America's races at the Michelin Speedway. It was awesome. I got footage of some of the, well, not say footage, I mean on my phone. I didn't even bring my camera with me, unfortunately. Of King of Baggers, flat track racing, 1000s. Got to see some stunt shows, especially the Wheel of Death. I got to demo some bikes, which I was ecstatic. And the food was good. The races at Brazelton, Georgia, the races was awesome. The King of Baggers, the flat tracks, the 1000s was awesome. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my camera that I'm using right now to talk on. I've been using my phone. So I've been posting some of my footages on IG and YouTube shorts. Hopefully y'all enjoy some of that. But let's get to these Q&A, shall we? That guy sent me, can we ride? I don't have any friends. Sure. I have no problem riding with some folks. You're in my area of Alabama, just hit me up on IG or YouTube, and I'll see if I can make a way to meet with you. If not, there are going to be some events that's happening throughout spring and summer. So be tuned for some announcements of some places that I may be going or some rides I could be throwing if you are available. That's not a problem. I have no problem riding with some folks. The next question from Sophia, what made you decide to start a YouTube channel? In the early years, I ride with a buddy named Brandon Picasso. He's known on the YouTube universe. Around the time that he got his M109 for a while, he started to do some videos with a GoPro, and you may see me in his earlier videos with my Mean Streak, my Vulcan Mean Streak. But if not, he may have taken them down for all I know. But he kept pushing that I should do a YouTube because there are a lot of ladies that may want to be inspired to riding. I get a lot of women just stopping at gas stations or going shopping that want to know what led me to motorcycling or what got me pursuing it, or is it not heavy for me? And again, where I live at the time, it wasn't a lot of ladies riding. So I'm starting to see more. Still not as much, but I'm meeting more outside of my city. So that is definitely something. But I hope this channel inspires some ladies, and I hope that some places that I go to would inspire you to want to just go there. And doing the Tail of the Dragon video was definitely one of them, because I've always wanted to go there, and I just said, buckle up, Buttercup, we're gonna go. I didn't plan it. I didn't plan how long I'm gonna be there. I just pack it up and go. Lee asks, what made you pick Indian over Harley? Or really, what made me pick Indian over anybody? I still have a 2008 Kawasaki Vulcan Mean Street 1600cc motorcycle. And after having that motorcycle for maybe about 4 years, I got tired of getting beat up by every known nature you can think of except for snow. I haven't ridden in snow. I'm not gonna wish that on me. So I looked into wanting to get a bagger. I do not want to turn my Vulcan Mean Streak into a bagger. If I really wanted, if I would want a touring model of my motorcycle, I would have got a Kawasaki Vaquero. So there. So my cruiser is still a cruiser. It has nothing added, not even a windshield. It's riding and demoing several different types of bikes. I've ridden a Victory Cross Country. I've ridden a Victory Magnum. I kind of wanted a Victory Magnum until I realized I cannot see over the dash. I can ride the bike blindly, but I cannot see over the dash, which means I cannot see what's ahead of me. So no 21-inch wheels for me, unfortunately, unless they're low to the ground. But then I don't think that will still help me. I don't know. I'm not even gonna entertain that. Nope, that's not even gonna help me. I know some ladies that probably would defy it. Kudos for you, but me, but yeah, I've ridden a Harley Sportster. I've ridden I'll test rode the new Honda Go-Wing with the automatic. It kind of feels weird not shifting. Oh, the Stratoliner. I've ridden the Stratoliner. Shout out to Mr. 20 West for his. Rocking that big heavy baby of his. It's that silver lining. I know there was some other bikes that in my, like Yamaha Bolts. There were some other bikes in my mind at the moment, but I'm kind of drawing a blank. But I've ridden them, and each bike has its features, it has its pros and cons. But when I went to my dealership and they had the Indian Chieftains out for demos, the one that I ridden, and I think I still have the photograph in it, of the one that I had has, I think it had speakers in the lids. The seat had studs in them, and the bike did not have an extender reach, kickstand extender reach. So I had trouble reaching the kickstand, kicking it back and pulling it forward on my own. But after I started riding this bike, and I love the way that it's very smooth and how the way it handles. I started messing with the toggle switch. I started touching the touchscreen with my gloves, and I found out the touchscreen is sensitive to the point that a firefighter glove can touch it and it can still respond. So that was really, really great. If I was to wear like winter thermal gloves, it's very hard to feel the toggle and the switches, and it's probably hard to kind of navigate if you're touching the touch screen with thick gloves. So that's a plus for me. What's also a plus for me is that remote electric locking saddlebags. So I can remotely lock my bags with my key fob. That is a plus. I can lock and unlock from my tank. I can start my motorcycle with just my key fob in my pocket. Normally I put it in the pocket of my jacket. If say my battery is weak in my key fob, I got a code to just put the sucker in and start it right on up. And my favoriteest thing of all, the windshield goes up and down. It's not a lot of motorcycles that have the up and down windshield, so that is a plus for me. And the reason why, I had some friends with Victories. They love to pull off the low profile windshield, but then say they're gonna be riding and it's gonna be some weather, they're gonna have to change out to tall windshield. And I've seen them constantly go back and forth, changing from tall to short, tall to short. And I know it's a headache. I know it's a pain that they gotta carry the windshield with them if they could. So why not let it up, let it down? Again, that's pretty much one of the features that sold me, was the electric bags, the windshield, the touch sensitivity in the touch screen, how I can easily access everything just with the switches and the toggles. So everybody got their own little each and own. I love the rumble and the sound of my motorcycle. I love the look of my motorcycle. So it just added bonus all around. Like, I have nothing that I have no problems with at all with this motorcycle. Okay. All right, the next question. Roger, I remember watching you on Brandon Bicasso's channel when you got your bike. How is it holding up likes and dislikes? Kind of mentioned a lot of likes on my last question, but I have really the only dislike, and I think Indian Motorcycle has already fixed it for the newer bikes by doing a rear cylinder deactivation, which means they they deactivated the rear cylinder so it would not feel so hot sitting and idling at a traffic light. But everything else about my motorcycle, I have no complaints. I'm almost or right at 26,000 miles on my motorcycle. It's just 3 years old. I got it in October of 2018, so it's going to hit 4 in October. I just added the heating grips. I'm going to suggest to you right now, do not think you can go without heating grips. You're going to need the heating grips. You're not going to like it not having heated grips. Like, you really going to need your heated grips. I thought out of this is year 9 or 10 for me. The first 9 years, no heated grips. Because, yeah, I'm going to say the first 2 years of having this bike, no heated grips. Year 3, which was last year, I just added heated grips. And I sat there and made a video and said, I cannot believe I went without heated grips. I had heated wired gloves, and it helps to a degree, but heated grips. Some point, I'm going to get a heated seat or heated gear that will wire to my bike, but heated grips, it's a must. Like, it's a must. Cup holder. But no, there's most of the likes I've mentioned in my last question. Only dislike was the heat, which Indian Motorcycles has already fixed in the 19s and up bikes. My motorcycle does not have ride modes. So, for a person that is not spoiled by ride modes, I don't miss it. For a person that does not have the extra little oomph to their ride command, like I think they got weather and traffic. I know I think they got something added to the ride command in relations to traffic. I'm not missing it, so it's nothing that I can be spoiled by. But other than that, I really love my motorcycle. It's nostalgia. It has a traditional yet modern look on it, and the reason why, and I've mentioned this like several times, Indian Motorcycle only made 2018 Indian Chieftain was the only year that they experimented without the headdress on the fender. So that makes my motorcycle even more special, because I get people that will look at this and say it's an Indian, but normally the cruisers have the headdresses on them. So, but I really have nothing to complain about my motorcycle. 6,000 miles in 3 years, going on 4. I did pretty good. I'm not gonna complain about that. Gianri 05 asks, how often do you ride with groups and how do you find them? I find my groups through Facebook or Instagram. I'm in several Facebook forums, like, for an example, Indian Motorcycle Forum, Indian Motorcycle Owners, Black Girls Ride. And for an example, with Black Girls Ride, we're reaching out, all the women are reaching out to each other. Hey, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, and we will link up. Or there's several women that reached out to me. One of them is in Birmingham. One of them is in Millbrook. The lady that you saw at the Bike Night Stunt Show video, she came out of her way to visit me, talked to me about her Harley Davidson, which is beautiful. She's just now putting out some riding videos. I know on IG. I'm not sure if she got her YouTube up or not, but I'm still looking out for it. But yeah, that's one of the ways I've reached out to people. I have people that reached out to me and say, hey, I'm coming in your area. We love to meet up. And I'll point out, hey, have you been to this museum? Or, hey, have you been here? And if they haven't, definitely, cool, yeah. The next question, long-term review of the Chieftain and how many miles are your bike is on now? I gave an estimate. I am at, and music's gonna start playing. There we go. I am exactly at 26,005 miles. So I've hit the 26,000 mile mark. Yay, accomplishment. But I will put out a long term review soon. In more aspects of the weight and everything, because I've gotten to the point when I first ridden this bike, I immediately was just so glued to it. I could just lean this sucker. I've scraped floorboards, which you're not supposed to do. So that's how comfortable I am on this. DJ Mike Dub asks, do you like taking bike trips with a few friends, or do you like solo trips better, and why? Both. I do like to take bike trips with friends, especially if, say, they can take video of me riding from their point of view and sending it, or we all take pictures, awesome pictures together, or somebody want cool pictures, or somebody knows awesome places they can go to. Like, I've been trying to get with my good friend Al, and he wanted to go to a seafood restaurant that's like an hour and a half away from here, or maybe about 2 hours from here. So that's just an example. I rode with my IMRG group from Birmingham, my local chapter. We went to, for an example, the oldest jail in Alabama. That was pretty cool to see. Or Little Yellow River Creek, Little Yellow Canyon Creek. I think it's something in that name. Like places like that, that was great. We all kind of know our riding, our limits. And so if we're not connected with somebody via Cena, then we'll use hand gestures. Hey, just let us know if you got a problem, flag, do something, and or flashing your lights, and that gets everybody's attention. Hey, what's going on? But down to solo trips, also, for an example, like the dragon trip that I did, I left on my own time. I stopped whenever I wanted to stop. I can leave whenever I leave, and I didn't have to, wait on anybody. So that was the significance of a solo trip. The only thing about riding solo is I got a lot of friends and family that worries about me, and they love me very dearly. And I hear them constantly. Send us your ETA. Link us to an app so we can track you. Let us know when you get to your destination. And trust me, I hear it constantly. Oh, are you going by yourself? Who's going with you? You got somebody going with you? So, yeah. I have a little bit of both. I enjoy both the company and riding solo. Orlando asked 2 questions. He said, do you typically use your ride command GPS or your phone GPS? Ride command. I never really had any issues with my ride command. I've heard some people that said they had issues with their ride command, or their GPS is not to the standard that they would like to use it. I have used mine. I haven't had any problems with it. I made sure I route my locations. Now, it has sent me in a circle that once or twice because there have been constructions on the interstate, and they changed the numbers, and the numbers on the bike says one thing and the numbers on the sign says another. So I only use my phone GPS if I'm driving. How did you become an Indian ambassador? Well, Indian Motorcycle has a website, and they have a program called the Indian Motorcycle Ambassadors Program. When you sign up for the program, they're going to ask you a series of questions to get to know more about you, about your motorcycle. So I encourage anybody that's really into the passion and want to do it, do it. They started it last year, and of course, when I signed up for it, I already knew that some people that I followed on Instagram was automatically going to be like ambassadors. And the reason why I said automatically, immediately they had presence, they had persona, they had charisma, and it was just across the boards on their social media sites via YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, anything you can, Twitter, anything that kind of speaks social media, they were showing it, or their presence in all of those platforms, or majority of those platforms. So yeah, um, there will be an announcement, I guess, sometime in the future, uh, when they're gonna open it back up, and when that happens, then definitely just sign up. There's no problem signing up on the site. To be honest, when I signed up, I was like, um, I had I just had a positive view. Hey, if I don't get it, I'll do it again next year. That's how I was kind of perceiving it as. And I got that call, and I was very shocked. I was very shocked, excited but shocked. So it was pretty cool. Go ahead and sign up. Nothing wrong with that. Put your heart on your sleeve and just say, do it. That's all I can say. Chris Style 405 says, I hear that riding motorcycle is the most freedom and mind clearing experience a human can feel. Is that true? Yes. The only thing I would say is do not. You know how they have the saying, if you're a couple or you fight with somebody, don't go to bed angry. Do not ride your motorcycle in any form of emotion other than happy, cool, clear, calm head. It does give a moment of clarity once you start riding. Your sense of smell, your eyes of what you're seeing, just motorcycles or just anything taking you to places and you feeling good about yourself, or you sharing that experience with people that's riding with you, or you're telling people about your adventure. It's always an adventure. So yeah, that is the experience that I feel when I'm riding in a clear mind conscience. I do suggest go find all your local national parks in your city or in your state, and hike up to some waterfalls, and you will see the most beautiful waterfalls that you never thought is in your own state. And I'm still kind of shocked I have waterfalls in my states. So that was pretty cool. Riding and wrenching says, do you take long distance rides? If so, what is your favorite destination? I did. Right now, I'm gonna semi-call it short distancing. Within 3 hours is between Huntsville and Panama City Beach, Florida. And the longest trip is what I had posted on YouTube a few months ago, which was the Tail of the Dragon, where I left home and went all the way to North Carolina, originally thinking I was just going to, say I'm here and then go stay in a hotel and then ride the dragon the next day. No. My little happy behind go follow the road and smack dab ride the dragon, and then realize it until I made it to the Deals Gap. And then scaring myself half to death. Then scaring myself half to death riding in pitch black darkness on the dragon and on Sheer Hollow Skyway. So yeah. Then trying to beat monsoon rain to the Charlotte of Indian Motorcycle. Made it to their store 1 hour and 20 minutes before closing. And that was like six or 7 hours. That's not dedication. I don't know what is. One of my friends sent me a question. She was like, tell the world, how tall are you? I don't know if I got the measurement right, but yeah, I am 5'2", and I think my inseam is 27 inches, I think. Mio asked, have I ever had a sense of pride feeling hurt by dropping my motorcycle? No. I have dropped this bike not many times, but I just happened to find myself in the weirdest situation where I'm like, if you saw in this, I just backed up my motorcycle and I slipped on some loose gravel, dropped the bike. I pulling the bike out of the yard, and I slipped in the grass and I dropped it. I slipped in mud. So I don't have no problems dropping my motorcycle as long as I have somebody else that's able to help me. There was once or twice I have been able to pick this bike up physically by myself. And let's just say I'm gonna need the help, especially in the element that I drop it in. And when I say element, that one time that the dewy, it was early in the morning and the grass was slightly wet, there was no way I could pick that bike up. The other incident, I slipped in mud, there was no way I could pick that bike up. I had to have some help. So I have no problem with that. Stay tuned for more content. Definitely support your girl on Instagram, Nijani X Moto on IG. And definitely just be on the lookout for any new vids that I put out on YouTube. Your support, your subscribe, and your commenting and your likes is helping me out a lot. I just want to get the message out there that women can ride, anybody can ride any size motorcycle, no matter how big it looks on them, and just do you. So have fun, and I hope to meet some of y'all like out there in the future in some great events. Like, I'm trying to plan to go to Sturgis, for an example, so definitely look out for that. I'm trying to make my plans for Sturgis, y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it on that note and take off. But y'all have a great day. Peace.
Can't believe I just did it though.